Welcome back, 7th grade team. This is Mrs. Allen, the math coach at Bouchon Middle School, and we are working towards the end of week number 1 with our probability lessons. Be sure that you have your supplies for today's lesson, and remember that you can feel free to pause or rewind this lesson at any time. So we want to begin with our independent practice from yesterday that you're going to review and check against the answer key and make any necessary adjustments. I do want to draw your attention to a few things because we're getting more in-depth into our experimental probability, so there may be some questions that you had challenges with. First, I want you to look at question number 1. What did you notice about this question? I'm hoping that you would say that you noticed it had a lot of numbers in it, but it was really important for you to sort out which was referring to the actual question that was being asked. Think about the sort that we did the other day on how to determine if we are trying to figure out the experimental or the theoretical probability. In question number 1, if we apply a problem-solving strategy, or in my case, cubes, where U stands for underline the question, we see that that question specifically is asking us for the experimental probability of picking a red candy. So the beginning of the word problem gives us information about what actually is in the bag. But we actually are looking at the experimental probability, which is determined by the number of candies that he drew. Also, number 2, if you notice, it's a table which requires you to actually calculate the cumulative frequency of each of the activities and the grades. So pay attention to these type of parts of the questions. It's not that the questions are difficult, it's just that we have to make sure that we are being very intentional about what we are looking for. So please pause the video and check the rest of your answers. I'll see you momentarily. So today's learning objective is to determine the experimental and theoretical probabilities of an event. We will participate in our vocabulary lesson today. So log on to your vocabulary account and type probability in your search box. Now you will have a few learning videos that come up. Select the video with the fortune teller. You're more than welcome to look at some of the other probabilities after you finish the circled portions of the lesson. So for your independent work time, you will complete your vocabulary activities on your learning plan, and you will strengthen your math skills by completing 2 Dreambox lessons. So let's take a look at where we're at. So again, today's learning objective is to determine both the theoretical and experimental probability of an event. And on Monday when we return, we will learn about a unique relationship between the theoretical and experimental probabilities of an event. If you have not had the chance to do so, come and visit us with your avatar. Log on to Padlet so we can see who's been learning with us. I would love to see you there. There are 2 Padlets on your learning plan. The first Padlet is your experimental probability activity. This particular Padlet is the one that was a follow-up to the experiment that Marvin Holmes III did with us on Wednesday. So I encourage you to do a probability experiment on your own, have fun, and go ahead and place it on this particular board so that we can share with each other our activities. In order to share your Padlet, all you need to do is to click the plus sign in the bottom right-hand side of the screen, and you can share it. Feel free to use the avatar to cover your face if you'd like. The second Padlet is the one that allows us to see who's learning together. And again, it's an avatar that you can post. You're more than welcome to post your actual picture if you'd like to as well. But this way we can see who are our learning partners as we're doing our probability series over the next 2 weeks. And I thank you for being my learning partner today and for the past week. I encourage you to be safe, have a great weekend, and I will see you next week. And remember, make today so amazing that yesterday gets jealous.